Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back into love. Welcome back into hope. Welcome back into joy. Welcome back into peace. Welcome back into freedom. Freedom. Oh my gosh, internal and external. We want it every day. I'm going to share this out to our special Telegram groups. We have private Telegram channels all over the place where folks can tap into our love flow. I'm hanging out with Tara and her story True and Poppy Water and all the King's Horses and all the King's Men every day. Holding space for love and positive vibrations. As Tara makes her way into the room to share with us in our Sunday slot, I'm going to read a few mindful message cards for the people of love. And we know that love wins in the end of all of our stories, so we can keep hope alive. Let's see what the cards want from us. First card today is all about expansive. Every day I'm learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. Every day. Every day. Present. We are remaining present in this life. Always present, always honest, open, willing, and available to love. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. You know, this is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck, because of the joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. When I live like this, I do not have to worry about my future. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. Let's do one more. Ooh. Edge of greatness. Edge of greatness. The universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of greatness. I take the opportunities that come and walk through the doors with confidence, confide, with the divine. Thank you for the follow, LV. The universe is opening doors for me, and the universe is opening doors for you as well. No matter whether you're listening on our podcast or our newsletter and television show, the universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble. Greatness. I take the opportunities that come and walk through the doors with confidence. Hello, hello. Did you want to set your filter and set your face? And we're joined today, as we are these days on Sunday, by the lovely, fabulous, and beautiful, super talented, super amazing, multi-passionate, multi-hyphenate embodier of what it means to be a human force for love and change and growth. It's Tara Priolo Studio, everybody. And for those of you listening on the podcast and the newsletter.
Hi, folks. That's my voice. You've heard me. Listen, I was at you 4 times yesterday. Okay, honeys? So just get used to it. Apologies for being a little late there. Apologies. A baby changes everything, as Garth Brooks once sang in a Christmas song. A baby changes everything. Yeah.
That's real. Well, we're happy to see you, baby strapped to chest, as some have experienced this week in our network programming, whether the baby strapped to your chest or beside you or around or having a fit or not having a fit, smiling or frowning or pooping or farting or whatever. We're happy to have every member of our network, and that includes the baby Priolo. Did you bring some inspiration with you today? I already read my cards. Did you bring something that is...
I did not. I
Okay,
did
so
not
go
today.
to go to Black Liturgies and see if there's something there in the serendipitous magic of the moment that is like rah rah rahing.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Hey, hey, you're fine.
The day thing.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I don't know that I ever read this one. This is from 3 weeks ago, but we can read it. Okay. Pity is not solidarity. Despair is not solidarity. Solidarity is the kind of presence that costs you something. Empathy is not simply a matter of trying to imagine what others are going through. You gotta let go of that. You gotta let go of that. Here you go. Listen, ma'am. All right. Of trying to imagine what others are going through, but having the will to muster enough courage to do something about it. That's by Cornell West, a favorite third party. Inhale. Here we go. We're breathing. Okay. Inhale. I feel. Exhale. I move. Inhale. I feel. Exhale. I move. Inhale. I am more than a witness. Exhale. Solidarity is costly. One more time. Inhale. I am more than a witness. Exhale. Solidarity is costly. I like the I feel and I move, because I think a lot of us get stuck. We get stuck in things. We get stuck in cycles and we don't move, right? Feel and move. I feel and I move. Who's here? Because I can't see who's here. I saw you waving.
That is the loved and lovable Coriana.
Hello, Coriana. Welcome in.
Yeah.
I can't see those.
Yeah, I would want to welcome people, but you were sharing from your heart, so I didn't want to talk over you. But welcome, Coriana. You're loved and lovable every day by us. Can you see that comment?
Yes, I can see comments. I just can't see when people join. So unless they comment, they're not here.
My apologies. Yeah, you're so loved, Coriana. Thank you, Tara, for your Black Liturgy share. I'm going to press forward into this week's theme, which you already announced yesterday. Coriana, welcome back. We have a theme for the 52 weeks of the year. We focus on a special theme every week in our Love and Action Network that you're a member of. I saw you in one of the broadcast channels and some of the super chats and things like that. Welcome 1716 creepers. You're so loved and lovable by us. We love our lurkers and our creepers, child. We really do. But Coriana, this week's theme in our network, week 26 of the year for everybody, is all about passion. And you stop by frequently enough to know that I'm either singing or sharing from my heart with Tara, or Tara sharing from her heart. And I hope that you're also subscribed to the newsletter and also to the podcast on Spotify, because that's where these replays live ultimately. And we've got hundreds of episodes of backlogged love. So thank you for being here and participating with us. I'm going to read day one. And I think I'm going to probably just blink 2 times if I need to read the whole thing so that we can take care of baby. No, you're good. Okay. All right. So I will just stop at some point and give it over to you. And then we'll just Venus and Serena this thing for fun. Yeah. Okay, so this week's theme is passion, and thank you to the House of Mommy Waters, Poppy Water, Brentley, for sponsoring all of this and being so magical in our lives. We're very, very grateful. So much is possible because of that awesome guy. So yeah, thank you for your sponsorship and your love, and for a very, very tidy house, y'all. Like, this house is just something else today. He likes to clean and center on the weekends, and it's like a therapy thing. He puts on headphones and Nicki Minaj and starts twerking for Jesus and cleansing the energies. So it's good. All right, day one. The cupcake thing started the summer of 2002. Come to New York, my daughter Nicole insisted. We'll go to the park, go shopping. You got to try these cupcakes I discovered. She said, fluffy white vanilla cake. You can choose the color frosting you want, blue, green, yellow. It's just a tiny bakery, she said, but those cupcakes, you can smell them a block away. Linda! I'm not sure if he's still here or not. Linda Bailey is one of my former flight attendant buddies from the airline, and also the mom of a fantastic singer and co-star, the Kendria Bailey of Georgia. Thank you for stopping by. You're amazing. Cross-check. That's a flight attendant thing. So you can smell these cupcakes a block away. A block away, I thought, after a few conversations, I could smell them across the country in my California home. They sell thousands of cupcakes each day, Nicole said. Some people need their cupcake fix so bad, they have a fit if they can't get the color they like. You're up.
Okay, mail me some, I said. I can't, said Nicole. They'll melt. What does she mean, melt? Anyway, I couldn't stop thinking about those cupcakes. I started telling my friends about them, and I hadn't even tasted them yet. You're driving me nuts, a friend in Minnesota said. After our last conversation, I drove to my neighborhood bakery, bought 2 cupcakes, then went out to my car and ate them right there in the parking lot. Would you stop with the cupcake thing? She asked. I couldn't. I had a break in my schedule, so I decided to visit New York for the 4th of July. Oh, colonizer holiday. Hello, coming up next week. When I arrived at my hotel, Nicole called and asked what I wanted to do. I only had 2 days in the city. Get cupcakes, I said. I think they close early today, she said. It's a holiday tomorrow. Then let's run, I said. We made it to the bakery 30 minutes before closing. I walked down the street oblivious to everything except vanilla cake with buttercream frosting melting in my mouth. It was as good as I had fantasized. Maybe better. Mayhaps. I called my friend in Minnesota. Mail me some, she begged. Can't, I said. They'll melt. The summer ended. My daughter returned to Los Angeles. That should have been like a comma. The summer ended and my daughter returned to Los Angeles. She called one afternoon to invite me to a barbecue. What are you doing? She asked. Baking cupcakes, I said. By then, I had a copy of the bakery's cookbook. Oh, wow. Which included the recipe for cupcakes. I had passed the recipe to Minnesota friends. They had fallen in love with them too. I brought the cupcakes to the barbecue. These are the best cupcakes I've ever eaten, one guest commented. The Magnolia Bakery in New York was started by a group of people who were dissatisfied with their lives, quit their jobs, and decided to do something they had a passion for baking. A little passion can go a long way. Don't be so quick to judge everything as obsession. Don't be afraid of that fire in your heart. Sure, we run the risk of getting obsessed, and sometimes we go to extremes, but passion makes life more interesting and fun. Passion is the secret to almost every success story I've heard. And the value is passion this week. Whoa. Piper agrees. Passion.
Passionately, Piper agrees. Passionately, Piper agrees. And I knew that when this story started in today's reading, and Coriana, if you're out there and you want a copy of this book that we read every day that heals our hearts and heals the community, we'll send you one. I know a guy, or you can get access. But when this story started about the New York cupcakes, I knew that they were talking about Magnolia. I discovered Magnolia Bakery through Sex and the City on HBO because the girls from Sex and the City on the show, they go to Magnolia Bakery. Some of y'all know that I lived in New York City full-time for 10 years. And when I say that the cupcakes are worth it, they're worth it. And when you got to the part that said the Magnolia Bakery in New York was started by a group of people who were dissatisfied with their lives, quit their jobs, and decided to do something they had passion for, baking, I was like, yo, I've had those cupcakes myself, and they are freaking fantastic. And they taste like passionate people are making them. And they hire passionate cooks and people to maintain their restaurants and to serve their cupcakes. And there's always a line around the building. There's one actually in Rockefeller Center. That was my favorite because it was a few blocks between the Broadway gig and the daytime gig in corporate. And you could always count on the the cupcakes to be amazing. I think that cupcakes are just glorified muffins. Welcome back, Duke. Long time no see. You're still loved and lovable. All right, let's move into our questions. We have some questions for today. We are in the root chakra, starting back with the 7-day pillar challenge. The root chakra, also known as the Muladhara chakra, involves exploring aspects related to stability, security, and our connection with our physical world. And here are some questions to guide your reflection as we start this week of passion. Do I feel grounded and connected to the earth? How do I create a sense of stability and structure in my life? In what ways do I nurture a sense of belonging and community? This has been big in the last 24 hours because we've been going all over the internet, Instagram, Bigo, Clubhouse, YouTube. We're in all of the spaces, right? Attempting and activating and nurturing this sense of belonging and community that everybody wants, but somehow it's always beyond our grasp. And I think that we're doing some pretty cool experiments here to continue to nurture that sense of belonging and community. Trust and safety. Do I trust myself and others? How do I respond to fear and insecurity? And I would add to that, like, how do I respond to fear and insecurity inside of myself? And then how do I respond to the fears and insecurities projected by others in the world onto me through my sense gates of my ears and eyeballs? How do I respond to the fear and insecurity that's coming out of the New York Times or CNN or out of a commercial? Because now they're paying for commercial spots to support genocides. I've seen a couple commercials really telling some interesting stories about the harming of people. So, how do I respond to those fears and insecurities on my smart TV? And the last question I'll ask for the people before I'll let you riff about trust and safety and grounding and stability, Tara, what practices help me feel safe and secure? Because at the end of the day, we're all being pushed and pulled along in our internal gravitational pull by so many thought forms and so many things going on in the world. And ultimately, we have to find our own ways to feel safe and secure. For me, it looks like holding public medication, well, that too, but public meditation and medication sits, which often happen at the same time. I often medicate while I meditate, and it's wonderful. It looks like those things. It looks like creatively expressing myself makes me feel safe and secure. Phoning a friend like Tara, and or texting or voice memoing someone who I adore and adores me and say, yo, I need to vent about this thing that's bothering me. And just by venting in a voice memo and Telegram about a minor agitation in the moment, but something that if left unchecked or undiscussed can metastasize into a bigger problem that derails my week. In Love and Action Network, we're not seeking to derail anyone's week or have our weeks derailed. We're trying to give each other these feelings of safety and security, or point each other towards tools that can help with that feeling of safety and security for a week that's happy, healthy, and free from suffering, both self-imposed and also projected upon us by the world. Tara, what say you today as we root in our I am mantra of the root chakra about trust and safety and grounding and stability? And where do you source these things for yourself?
Yes. You know, what's interesting, what I was just thinking about, as you said, root, because we're talking about the root chakra, but rooting, there's something in infants that they call rooting, which is a hunger sign. And I'm gonna full circle this to passion, y'all. So infants, when they're hungry, they open their mouths and they go. That's called rooting. Or they do it in your arm, like they just go like this, right? And so they are seeking something in their I amness, right? To feed their I amness, because they need to live. Infants are fully dependent on the people we call parents, which is wild. It's quite a wild experience, let me tell you.
The people we call parents.
Right.
That's a whole masterclass unto itself, folks.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Deconstruction Junction, where we talk about the people we call parents.
The people we call parents, yes. Even puppies are less dependent on their owners than a whole infant is when rooting, right? And rooting is interesting because it's for different kids. Sometimes it's the second stage, sometimes it's the first stage. For my kid, it is the first stage of I'm hungry. So they'll open their mouths and then all of a sudden they start putting their hand in their mouths, right? And they start sucking on their hands. And all of that is looking for food of which they are passionate about, right? Babies are like, I need food. I must eat every 5 seconds. Babies are like that, okay? And they then, once they get to that stage of hunger, that first, second, or third stage of hunger, the third stage, by the way, is when they start crying. You really don't want infants to like get to that stage. You want to catch them in the rooting or the sucking on the hands, or their second or third indicator of hunger. And so then they suck down the bottle so passionately, right? Like if you wait until they're hungry, if you wait until they show you their root, then you have a more successful time feeding them. This right now is just my tummy hurts that we're dealing with right now. But anyway, I think we can take a lesson out of that. Like as we're looking back and forth for the right roads to take, what is the root? Right? Where does our root live? Which way does our root want to go? If we bring in Lord of the Rings, which I was watching the other day, and they say, the trees are alive. The trees are alive in Fangorn Forest. The Ents, tree walkers, right? The Ents, the trees that talk to us. Treebeard, who is voiced by the same actor, by the way, did you all know this? Same actor that plays Gimli in the movies is Treebeard. The Ent. Anyway, the things I know from watching the extended versions and having the like full DVD sets and also doing the trivia. Like I have a Lord of the Rings Trivial Pursuit. Y'all just, I know Lord of the Rings, okay? I know Lord of the Rings. But the Ents, they walk where their roots decide, right? Like they're not going towards the war until they realize that the war has taken some of them. And then they respond, right? They're always looking for the place of peace. And in terms of fear and insecurity, the Ents and babies, right? Babies, they root because they are not fearful. They root because they trust that whoever is with them is going to be able to feed them, right? Whether that's mommy or daddy or they be, they don't care. They root to show their hunger. And the Ents walked peacefully until they didn't, right? And so to connect us to last week of serenity, right? We can walk in our peace and still be moving. Hi, Erica. I did not know you were here. Hey, it's okay. So, fear and insecurity, how do I deal with it? I move through it. Push the damn button. push the damn button. That's my signature, right? Like, it don't matter how you do it. It just matters that you do it. I'm not a fan of getting stuck places. I don't like plateauing. Oh, thank you. I have a filter on. It's a lovely filter. Hey, Ross, you want to come grab baby? But thank you. I appreciate you. So fear and insecurity, I don't let it stop me. That's how I deal with it. I create a routine around it and I move through it anyway. Here's Bink, if you need it. And yeah, we just walk through it. And the way that I learned how to walk through it and create routines is by standing in my I amness, is by grounding myself. We talk in voice lessons, and I'll finish up because I know Poppy Watch is going live in 3. We talk in voice lessons a lot because I believe that the voice begins with the breath. I believe that whatever way you inhale your breath and then exhale your breath is going to affect the way that you use your voice. And so if we can inhale our breath in peace and groundedness, we talk a lot about how your hips are positioned and how you feel the ground in your legs. Because most people believe that singing and speaking is from like here up, sometimes from here up. And the reality is it's a full body sport. Okay, it's full body contact sport. You got to feel your feet. You got to feel your hips. You got to feel your pelvis, and you ground yourself in that. So I think the way that I deal with fear and insecurity and the way that I ground is really rooted in the way that I sing and the way that I breathe, which I learned on the journey of becoming a professional classical musician. You know, that was a long share. That's rock and roll. Yes, it is. I'm guessing that. I'm not sure. Yes, it is. Anyway.
We love the journey. We love where the journey is taking us. And thank you for sharing.
Of course. Y'all let us know in the comments of any place that you are. If you're on the podcast and not on YouTube, but on the other places, go to our Substack and comment what you are. The affirmation of today per Poppy Wata in the 7-Day Pillar Challenge is I am. So what are you? I am.
I am loved and lovable. I am full of myself. I'm valuable. I'm worthy. I'm present. I'm enough. What about you?
I am awake in multiple ways. That's the word that came up for me today. I am grounded. I am hopeful. I am excited. I am successful. I am independent. That's one that I don't feel so much anymore because I have a child constantly attached to me. But I am independent. I am strong. I'm loved. I'm loving. Yeah.
We can be grateful about that, Tara. We can be grateful about all of these things.
To all that is great, Erica says.
I'm connected to all that is great. Yes. The great I am lives in me. And I'm one with that presence and with that power. Let's land today by inviting everyone to go over to lovedandlovable.org. And on our main page, you're going to see an explore button that will take you into our events. And also, I want to bring special attention today. It's going to change a bit, but I want to bring attention to our frequently asked questions page, the FAQs. Some of the questions that people may want to know about us is, what is Love in Action Network? How does Love in Action Network support its members? Who's on the leadership at Love in Action Network? How does someone join the network? Where can I read the LIA newsletter? Where can I listen to the podcast? How do I attend an RSVP to events? How do I book a session with Dr. Flo online to do clarity coaching and paid mentorship opportunities? And how do I apply to be in the network? And very soon you'll be able to audition for our roving shows on the planet and online. And so I just want to encourage everybody who's listening to the podcast today or watching this in the replays over on Substack to through that mailing list to read the FAQs and plug in. We would love to have you on our wait list. We would love to have you in our community daily. Wow, do you? Do you? E Loves Wellness says on Instagram for people listening back and watching later, we need to do more puppet shows. I keep getting requests. That is a big, big deal. And we're going to be connecting with organizations and people in the local community and beyond who want to see these puppet shows spreading this loved and lovable message, and including community leaders and community featured guests. What I will add to this idea about puppet shows, in addition to our auditions, is that Love and Action Network is actually leaning in these days into a theater company, Erica. And the puppet shows are part of that emerging theater company. The singing, the dancing, the acting, the connection, the talking to the puppets, the masking, the mimes, all that play that you've been longing for, that I've been longing for, it's all coming to pass. All of the playful nature that we have, all of our loved and lovable nature, we have returned to the idea that's always been true, that Love and Action Network actually supports a loved and lovable theater company that puts on these shows. And the language of Tara Priolo Studio and Dr. Flo, also known as Tara and I Priolo, our goal has really been to continue to have these conversations and to nurture this emerging loved and lovable theater company that will be multidisciplinary. It will have opera singers and hip hop dancers and puppets and cartoons and all of the ways that we can play together and be happy, healthy, and free on our way to the Rainbow Bridge. So I hope that you all have enjoyed our visioning in the end of this. And I really do hope that you consider going over to lovedandlovable.org, which is under construction, but up enough to be successful. Our success is inevitable. Your success, Tara, is inevitable. Erica, your success is inevitable, and so is mine. And we will continue to just build bridges and build on these love themes and build on hope and build on peace. We will continue to remember, as Tara always says, that joy is the revolution and that love is simple, and that there's nothing we can't do or be or have as long as we come together under the umbrella of one love. So stay in your joy, stay in your power, stay loved and lovable. I'm actually going to be doing the top 3 days of the week to cover for Tara, who has commitments towards the weekend that are so much fun. Maybe she'll tell you about them as we progress. But her weekend needs to be free. So I am taking over Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday chakras this week. She's doing Thursday.
Opposite. I'm doing Monday through Wednesday. You're doing Thursday through Sunday.
That's
normally you do Monday through Wednesday.
Where are the production assistants when you need them to
Where's
say?
The teleprompter. Change in scenery. Same time, same place though, y'all.
We love you so much. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you tomorrow around the network.